All his life, Morse had been a great lover of fine books and of good printing, and had eagerly collected books for their excellence of production, as well as for their contents. He disliked very rightly most of the contemporary printing and book production of the Victorian age, and collected chiefly ancient volumes, particularly fine printing of the early days of the art, from Caxton onwards. Both Kelmscott Manor and Kelmscott House were full of beautiful volumes, as well as other objects of beauty. But up to 1890, Morris's own part in book production had been mainly confined to writing and illuminating manuscript books of his own and other people's writings as presents for his close friends. Only in 1890 did he turn seriously to the task of revolutionizing the art of printing, as he had done with so many more of the lesser or decorative arts. Kelmscott Press began business in 1891 with Morris's The Story of the Glittering Plain, one of his prose romances, as its first publication. The Kelmscott Press books are all highly prized collector's pieces. They are notable for their fine paper, over which Morris took much trouble, and for their excellent inking, a characteristic which marks them out from the products of many of the artistic presses that were set up in emulation or in imitation of Morris's achievement. The Kelmscott Press was housed in a house in Hammersmith Mall, close by Morris's own Kelmscott House. He spent much time in it. Morris designed 3 type fonts, the Golden, Troy, and Chaucer types. The Golden type was used for most of the straightforward printing. It is a beautifully clear, well-shaped font that has had a deep influence on modern typography. Troy type was much more ornate and was consciously antiquarian. It was based partly on the old black-letter types in which early books in England were printed. Morris meant it above all to go with decorated pages and to be used only for large books. Chaucer type is a smaller variant on Troy type. It gets its name because it was used for producing the famous Kelmscott Press edition of Chaucer, who was Morris's favorite poet. The Kelmscott Chaucer appeared in 1896, the year of Morris's death, with illustrations by Burne-Jones. Morris died on the 3rd of October, 1896, at the age of 63. It was his wish to be buried in the churchyard of his beloved village of Kelmscott. This is a part of what Bernard Shaw wrote in 1934 in celebrating the centenary of Morris's death. Morris was the sane man with his robust grip on the realities of human nature, his steady aim that could not be dazzled by any intellectual mirage, his refusal to place any ideal before the ideal of a busily beautiful and happy life for everybody. That may well stand as his epitaph, written by one of the greatest English writers.